and Beverage Magazine Live, bringing food and beverage to life with your hosts, James Beard Award winner Jennifer English and Food and Beverage Magazine publisher Michael Politz. Featuring leaders in the hospitality, branded food and beverage, and CPG industries, many of whom are Jennifer and Michael's friends in the business, for an informal and informative conversation where friends in the business share the latest intel, ideas, and best practices. Live, juicy inside scoop from the tastemakers, newsmakers, bread bakers, drink shakers, spoon lickers, clam diggers, farms, foodies, and friends of the food and beverage magazine world. Here are your hosts, Jennifer English and Michael Politz.
There he is.
Hello, live from my new office. Where are you?
I've been sitting here literally. I haven't moved from this spot since before you moved. I've been waiting just in case you hit the go button and we were broadcasting. But
I had to hit the go button today.
Yes.
Because we have an amazing guest today.
They've nourished me in the weeks since we last spoke while you moved.
You got nourished?
Oh, yes, I did. I'm well fed.
I eat them for breakfast. I eat the Veggies Made Great. And we have the owner of the company. The owner.
Yes. And by the way, first of all, everybody, thanks for hanging in there. We are still in the throes of so many.
Isn't that gorgeous? Forget about all that. Look at this.
This was our cover story last month, and we were originally scheduled to have them on, and we are so excited that we can talk about something that is truly. Can you feel the momentum of everything plant forward and plant oriented? I have.
I think the momentum you're feeling is gas.
No.
You mean you feel a momentum? That's bizarre.
Can you sense the industry-wide momentum of interest in things that are healthier and more delicious and
absolutely? We know the plant-based stuff. Everything's delicious and plant-based. People are loving it. And this isn't even a hokey thing. This isn't like, oh, I'm making a fake hamburger to look like a hamburger, to taste like a hamburger, and it's all this other stuff that but what they need, guys, eat a hamburger. Like, if you really need a hamburger that bad, you got to eat a fake hamburger. Go eat a hamburger, right? It makes no sense.
But the problem with a lot of products that have already come into the market, especially some of the early ones that got a lot of notoriety, is they're not as nourishing and digestible as other things. And so some of the problems that are subsequently coming out about these are being resolved in really delicious ways. And today we have someone who is, to my mind, one of the innovators in the category.
Wow. But the thing is, she's not pretending to be. I mean, this veggie, wait till you see what she's going to do. She's got these blueberry muffins, and I see you have the double chocolate muffins and the blueberry muffins right there. Yep. And is that the potato bacon? What's behind you there? The potato bacon? Little eggs? Yes. The box? Oh my God.
Can I show you what I have? I want to tempt you.
You're tempting somebody next to me. I don't know. We can't see it. Turn it over. What is that? Cilantro? There you go. Is that insanity?
So when you first became acquainted with these wonderful little protein-rich, flavorful, low-calorie, delicious nourishments, you probably didn't know that these existed. These are the Veggies Made Great example that we're going to turn you on to today. Michael knows that when I find something I love, I tend to gush about it. And we're going to maybe embarrass myself a little bit today, but I absolutely positively love these tiny frittatas that are made with mushrooms and cheese and flavor. And they really are made with an intention, not just nourishment. And you can't just take a vitamin pill out of a bottle and think you've covered the base. This is something that really gives you somebody's intention. And
I need to take my zinc. It's funny you said that. I'm taking my zinc pills now. I forgot.
Right. But here's the thing. We've got to remember that this story is about an intention story. And anybody that cooks for you, anybody that makes anything that you eat, does so with an intention that we want to celebrate. And
sometimes the intention is just, by the way, sometimes the intention is just to make money.
Those aren't our friends. They're not going to be.
Those aren't our friends. But, we're in a really rough time right now. People are looking for great food, great things. Christine's going to go over all this great. I want her background, Jennifer. When you interview her, I want you to dive deep into that James Beard. The reason you won that award. I know now it's not for writing. Okay, my whole staff knows it's not for writing. I'm just kidding. But we want you to know. I want to know Christine's story because as an entrepreneur, right? And I don't care. I'm not going to get into the female, all that crazy stuff. Like, I get it, right? But as an entrepreneur, I want to know, as a human being entrepreneur, what brought her there, right? Because you know that's my thing, right? Like, I am all about bringing out the best in people. If they're owning a restaurant, if they're whatever, or making products, right? And that's why.
But you're also fluent because you were one of the 30 under 30, 40 under 40. Which was it?
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, from Fast Company Magazine as one of the countries.
Fast Company Magazine? What are you talking about? Entrepreneur Magazine.
Entrepreneur Magazine.
Let me show you. I got the picture. You want to see it?
Yes, please. Remind everybody because you're the real deal.
Top 40 under 40. I was 27 years old.
Yeah.
And I never stopped yet. I never had a job since, right? Look at that face. That is one cute guy. You know what else this cute guy did? He wrote this book. Can you believe that? So let's take a quick break, and then we're going to bring on Christine. What do you think? And Veggies Made Great.
Us live from Veggies Made Great. We'll be back with more. You are tuned in to the Food and Beverage Magazine live show back at the brand new location somewhere in the Red Rocks of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Whether you are thinking about becoming a restaurateur or you are already in the business, Michael Politz has written a must-read, The Food and Beverage Magazine's Guide to Restaurant Success. Pick up your copy today at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Books A Million, or wherever fine books are sold.
Christine Luongo, welcome to Food and Beverage Magazine Live. How are you, Chef?
Hi, thank you very much for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm so, I've been looking forward. I'm very well. Thank you for asking. And I have to say, thank you for sending us all these incredible goodies. And I want to start by saying I'm excited to speak to you today because you are a really innovative person operating with passion and purpose in our industry at a really challenging time. And I think you're doing all the right things for all the right reasons. And I'm so grateful that you came and spent some time with us today because we've got a lot of people in our industry who've been displaced because their restaurants closed and they're all looking for inspiration. And a lot of people are going to watch you today and be completely inspired. And I'm grateful for you coming to give us and them that gift.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I can't really take credit. It takes a very big team, but thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about Veggies Made Great. I was alluding to in our sort of opening, I'll call it our opening bit with Michael, that in fact, there's a tremendous amount of momentum in our industry and culture for things that are healthier and plant-based. Would you talk a little bit about what the company Veggies Made Great is?
Sure. So plant-based has really become such a buzzword these days, and we've been around now for more than 10 years. So we kind of like to say, we were plant-based before plant-based was really a thing. So the brand name Veggies Made Great really speaks to what we do in the sense that we make frozen prepared foods that include vegetables as the first ingredient. So we like to consider ourselves a Veggies for All brand. We make vegetables remarkably delicious, fun to eat, and easier to prepare. So whether you like veggies or you don't like them yet, we definitely have a solution for you. We have dishes that highlight the veggies, and then we have dishes that complement the veggies to the point where you're not sure you're eating vegetables. It's so delicious.
And so what I happen to have here on our sort of Carol Merrill showcase plate are some things that I've really fallen in love with. The frittatas. We're going to talk about the muffins today as well. But when we talk about the line of products, we have to address that there are multiple deliveries that you all are making. Check a bunch of boxes for us as people who are health conscious, moms, and people who are really trying on so many levels to do the best we can. And I've got to start off by talking about the thing I'm most excited about are these marvelous mushroom frittatas. To me, this is like a miracle. It's like under 100. I mean, tell me all about it. How did you come up with these? You guys are geniuses. What is this?
So the mushroom and 3-cheese frittata specifically is our newest frittata. It just launched in Walmart as a 6-count item. So Walmart's one of the first retailers to pick it up. But it's really a delicious blend of sauteed mushrooms, caramelized onion, a little bit of cauliflower, and those are the vegetables that are the first couple ingredients in the deck. And then it's got a nice amount of egg for a good solid protein count. A little bit of cheese.
And the egg is sort of
You broke up a little. What did you say? Sorry.
The egg is the architecture.
It is.
Can I just chime in? Ching Chong, chime in.
Sure.
Jennifer, have you been to Starbucks and gotten the little egg things from Starbucks ever?
Yes, when I was in an airport and I was hungry and I tried it, and it is
That's too much information. Just yes would have been all we needed, but thank you for that. So Starbucks has this little cheesy eggy thing. This one that I just tried today that she just sent us blows that away. Blows it away. And Starbucks is all over. It's all, like you can get the recipe now online. It's so good. Yeah. Jennifer, you keep pausing. You pause with your eyes insatiable up the air, and they're like you're so in love with the food. It's the greatest technical glitch in mankind.
Well, I apologize for any technical glitches, but I want to get to Christine and give her the chance to tell us a little bit more about what we're going to do today, because I want to switch over to the sort of double chocolate, and we're going to make some really fun things today. And for so many of us with kids, we've got our kids at home, and we're tired of our own cooking at this point. And even if you can get deliveries, it's not the same thing as when you cook for your kids with the intention and all you put into it. So cooking with your kids is a really powerful thing and something fun you can do. And you want it to be as healthy as possible. And that you have really pioneered the best, in my taste and professional opinion, the best combination of chocolate and vegetables that's anywhere in the marketplace. Will you talk a little bit about these delicious chocolate muffins and what we're going to do today?
Sure. So the muffin product line for us is a very, very strong product line. A lot of the times when you tell someone, I work for a frozen food company right, where we sell sweet muffins and the first ingredient is vegetables, they're like, what? But I always try and tell people, think of zucchini bread. So we use vegetables in our muffins that very much complement what you would typically see in a sweet baked dessert, and we make it healthier for you. So zucchini and carrots are the first 2 ingredients in our double chocolate muffin. And so we find that, very busy working moms on the go, utilize these muffins as a breakfast or a snack, an after school snack for their kids. It's really one of those items that you can give you or your family and feel better about feeding your family, knowing that vegetables are the first 2 ingredients in the product. They're also allergy friendly, so there's no gluten, dairy, soy, or nuts in our muffin product line. So you can send your kids to school with an array of the muffins, knowing that they're allergy friendly. And we see moms a lot of time utilize them as the base of like a cupcake for a birthday party, which is what we're gonna speak about later today.
And I just want to chime in and said, I cook a little bit and I'm not a bad cook, but I could not make this muffin this delicious. So that's the other thing is I couldn't do this. I mean, I try and I'm okay, but mine would never be this good. This is really, really good. And it's really easy. And it literally ticks every box, especially pleasure and satisfaction. It's irresistible. Yeah,
we honestly hear that a lot. I think we have a secret sauce going, but I mean, kids eat it, and the first thing they say is, a chocolate brownie. I mean, they have no idea that what they just ate is about 30% vegetables, and moms feel good about feeding it to them, knowing that, you know, the broccoli that they didn't eat for dinner will be supplemented with this double chocolate muffin.
And let me just chime in and say that we are just sweet enough. They're not too sweet. And one of the things that's happened across the board with prepared products and packaged goods is they just creep up incrementally sweeter over time. And as somebody who is a bit of a connoisseur of things that are delicious, I'm really happy with just how not playing to the cheap seats these muffins are. They're fantastic because they're not too sweet. And it would be very easy to go in that direction, and you haven't. And it's not the vegetable thing so much as the overall satisfaction you've created and achieved in the formulas for this. How long did these sort of take to perfect? Because you guys have done an amazing job, and I'm sure you make it look easy, but it probably had to take a little bit of work. I know it had to have taken you some time. How did you get here?
So the company originally started about 10 years ago, as I mentioned. We had these line of bakes, some of which are still on the market, and they're these 7-ounce entrees that you know, you would take to work with you. They were very popular with the Weight Watchers crowd. They were low in calorie. They were just inherently gluten-free. And we found that people were consuming them because of the amount of vegetables in them. So we had a roasted vegetable bake, butternut squash bake. We've always been a gluten-free and vegetarian brand. And we started to see that consumers' behavior was changing when it came to the way that they ate food. And so what we wanted to do was, we knew there was something to vegetables being the first ingredient, because we felt like of all the health messages out there on the market, there was one health message that was never going to change. No one's going to challenge the, you know, you need to eat more vegetables, make sure you're eating your vegetables. We all inherently know vegetables are good for us. And so what we did is we launched a series of product lines, and it started with what we call today our Veggie Cake. So they're almost miniature versions of our bakes, and they're 2 ounces, they're individually wrapped, they're frozen, and they're packed with vegetables. So we have 3 different flavors. We have a super blend, a butternut squash, and a broccoli cheddar. And I think the convenience, the portability, and the nutritional profile of those items are what really meet the growing consumer demand of healthier for you options in the freezer section of your grocery store. And
who is eating vegetable for today? Is it just people on Weight Watchers, or is it a broader section of the population?
No, I always say that we fill so many needs, right? So you're that mom who's coming home from work and needs to get a vegetable side dish on their kid's dinner plate. You reach for a veggie cake, right? You're that busy mom going out the door in the morning and you're not sure what to give your kid for breakfast. You reach for the frittata. You're that, you know, single person and you don't have fresh veggies on hand. You're not sure how to prepare fresh veggies. You like them, but you're not sure how to prepare them. You grab one of our frittatas or veggie cakes. You're that individual who has never really liked vegetables, but you know you need to incorporate more of them into your diet. You can grab one of our muffins.
I just want to show people just how deliciously chock full of vegetables these frittatas and cakes are.
Yeah.
And they're just irresistibly delicious. You're going to do something really fun for us today. What have you got set up there?
So, like I said, a lot of times you'll see our muffins used as a replacement to the bottom of a cupcake for allergy reasons, or just low sugar, or a healthier option at a kid's birthday party. So what we have here is I'm going to design a Halloween spread of cupcakes for you today.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so I'm going to give us 3 different options. You can really use any of our muffin flavors, but today I'm going to be using our banana chocolate chip and our double chocolate muffin. So I'm going to start with one of our double chocolate muffins, as it has in your hand. So they come, like I said, individually wrapped in a plastic container. All you do is heat them in the microwave for 35 seconds per the instructions on the packaging. And then what I have here is just some store-bought icing. And I'm going to go ahead and spread the top of the muffin with the icing all the way across the top of the muffin.
Did she say muffin top? I'm just wondering. I want to make sure I heard her. She said muffin.
I love your test kitchen. I want to be there playing with you.
Oh yeah, this is our product development kitchen. Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and take some crushed cookies. So these are just chocolate cream cookies. And I'm going to sprinkle it around the edge of the muffin so it looks like dirt. And then I'm going to take another sandwich cookie that I have here, and I'm going to cut off the bottom of it. So I have about 3/4 of the top of the cookie. And then what I have here is just, icing that you can find in your grocery store. It's black icing. And I'm going to write RIP on the cookie.
Wait, what kind of cookie is that? Christine, what kind of cookie is that?
It's Milano. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, Christine. It's my show.
Okay, so you're going to take this Milano cookie, you're going to turn it into a cute little tombstone, and you're going to bury someone underneath of it. So you're just going to cut a slit.
Oh, Christine. By the way, Christine, when you get to be my age, it's not cute.
It's not what?
Tombstones aren't cute when you get to be my age, Jen.
And you go ahead and stick the Milano cookie into the top of the muffin, and you have yourself a little grave site.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then the little pumpkin candies on it. You know, I apologize. I did not have my food handling glove on. I was reminded of that when I saw your beautiful blue gloves. So I put my glove on now. So talk to me about the marshmallows. Almost everybody this time of year has their fire pits going as fall turns and the evenings get cooler, and we're looking for things to do with our family and our kids. And this is such a cute idea. Would you show us how to make those? I mean, they're darling.
Yeah, and they're really easy to do. And we tried to choose recipes that we knew most families would have on hand. So again, I'm just going to take one of our double chocolate muffins that have been heated in the microwave. And I'm going to go ahead and spread the top of it with icing, just like I did. I'm going to take that same writing gel that you can get in the grocery store. I'm going to take a marshmallow. And I'm going to put 2 black eyes. And a black mouth. And I'm going to stick it right on top of the cupcake, just like that. So you have a little ghost coming out of your cupcakes.
I love that. And, you know, and that's something that you can do with anybody and everybody. Like a little kid could do that pretty handily.
Yeah, it's really easy for kids.
And then take us over to the platter itself and talk us through how something like this, especially when you start, first we eat with our eyes. And at the core of what we eat are these beautiful, healthy, vegetable-forward options from Veggies Made Great. But we know it's a home run when we take it out of the package. But now let's talk about how we're going to, let's just say, sell it. Look at how we're presenting this to our family. Talk a little bit about how important first we eat with our eyes is in an instance like this.
Well, I think, you know, inherently when you see something like this, it looks like an incredibly indulgent treat. And I think most parents or most individuals would see this and think about the immediate sugar rush someone would have from it. But, you know, these muffins, they are always going to be a healthier for you option when it comes to cupcakes. And cupcakes at a kid's party, at any party, is really inevitable. But you can count on Veggies Made Great as always being a healthier version of your typical cupcake.
You know, I love the enthusiasm have for this. Would you talk a little bit for us about what it means to be able to give your family something that is so profoundly better? I'm just going to keep using that word, better. Not only does it taste irresistible, and not only done something really fun with it, but almost in a way, I feel like by being so fun, we almost distract everybody from the fact that this is such a better thing to give everybody in your family, including yourself. I mean, even what you can give yourself when you're needing something nutritious and delicious. This is just a really great talk about how this aligns with who you are as a food person and the company is as a company.
Yeah, so I think we can all attest, especially these days, that things are a little bit harder than normal. And so making food decisions for yourself and your family really shouldn't be one of those hard decisions to make. And so as a brand, you know, we utilize vegetables as the first ingredient in all of our products, knowing that we want to make it easier for you and your family to be able to eat more vegetables and consume more vegetables in your diet. And to say that, we also as a brand really pride ourselves on the types of vegetables that we use. So we use an array of vegetables that we know really nourish the body. You'll find, you know, first ingredient from us could be spinach or kale, zucchini and carrots, broccoli, cauliflower. So we really try to utilize those vegetables that we know, you know, some people may be having a hard time getting into their diet, and we do it in a way that's remarkably delicious, fun to eat, and easier to prepare.
And we also have to say, let's talk a little bit about the guilty pleasure part of these, which is when you have something like the sausage and cheese frittata like we have here with 6 grams of protein. I mean, one of the things we love about this is it just tastes, reads, feels, eats, experiences as indulgent. There is an indulgence to this that sort of belies what our history is with such things. Historically, a sausage and cheese frittata would have been something very different. You've done a translation into modernity. This is a modern version, and it gives me the lightness I seek, the clean taste. Talk a little bit about how those are very contemporary aspects of food today and how everybody in food is striving towards where you guys already are.
So I think we've taken, like you said, a lot of those foods that have always sort of been inherently indulgent, like a double chocolate muffin, a blueberry oat muffin, a sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. And we've sort of turned them into a healthier for you version of those things. You know, we're not going to say that, you know, we're the healthiest option for you out there, because at the same time, we need to taste remarkably delicious. But we are always going to be that better for you option. So if you are craving a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich, you know, try our sausage, egg, and cheese frittata made with Beyond Meat, which, by the way, is a brand new product. But I guarantee it will deliver on the taste and the texture and the feel that you would get from a sausage, egg, and cheese.
The other thing I want you to address for me to sometimes I talk about superfoods because I know that there are burgeoning awareness of the category of superfoods. Foods that deliver more than they pack in their body weight of nutrition and vitality. Let's talk a little bit about your superfood frittata, because you are able to help me explain to people what I love about superfoods in terms of the accessibility. It's very difficult for everybody to get to the farmer's market every week and get, you know, the kinds of ingredients that might go into your superfood version. And you literally have it. I can run down the street, I can run in, and I can get a 6-pack from my local Walmart and the freezer case, and I can literally have them with as much or more of that goodness that I'm seeking from these superfoods. Help me explain the superfood story, because I think it's a powerful one.
Yeah. So our Superfood Veggie Cake product has been on the market for quite some time now. It's been a bestseller for a while. it's one of those dishes that it's like almost like an unsung hero product. It's made with a delicious blend of 7 different vegetables. So it's broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, kale. It's got a little bit of brown rice, some egg, and a really nice amount of spice. And I think because of that flavor profile, packed with vegetables, people say it tastes like the inside of an egg roll or almost like a crustless.
Yes. That's great.
Yeah, it's one of those items that you always want to have in your freezer because you can pull 2 out for breakfast with a little bit of hot sauce and some sausage for a complete breakfast. You can have it as a midday snack. If you don't have fresh vegetables on hand when you're going to prepare dinner, or you don't want to take the time to roast vegetables, you can throw one of our veggie cakes into the microwave and use it as a side dish, with your protein at dinner.
Right. Will you talk a little bit for us about where we can explain to people that, intrinsically we know we should eat more vegetables, and the old saw is your mother always told you eat your vegetables. But tell us why that matters. Why do vegetables matter so much?
Well, there are so many different nutrients that vegetables deliver on, and vegetables. Each vegetable delivers on different nutrients, and so that's why we always try to provide an array of vegetables, not only into our products. So our spinach egg white frittata has spinach, fire roasted tomato, roasted red peppers, a delicious blend of vegetables that you're going to get some hearty nutrients from. We also use different vegetables from product to product. So like I said, you'll see kale in some, you'll see carrots in another, cauliflower, zucchini. And so I think as a brand, we really try to utilize those vegetables that we know deliver on different nutrients.
I personally believe that it's much more important to eat your vitamins and your nutrients as whole foods than as a vitamin pill.
Right.
If you have to do a vitamin pill, I get it. Some people have to do it. Certainly you want your kids to get everything they need. But our bodies know what to do with it better when it's in the form that we can eat. And I'm going to take it even further. I think our bodies like the nutrition better when it tastes good. And I think that that's really important to remind people. You have to enjoy it. The way the body accepts and enjoys the food with the pleasure and the satisfaction that it does, that's a big part of this story. It's as important as the intention that you all have when you make the product for us in the first place.
Yeah, we always say that, in terms of our brand guardrails, we may be a veggie first brand, but, second in line is it needs to taste remarkably delicious. So we would never launch anything that's veggie rich that doesn't taste delicious.
Can you imagine the day when we're going to be less surprised that our vegetables are as delicious as this? It's still somewhat of a surprise to the story that, eat your veggies, and the surprise is, look at how delicious it is. Look at this muffin. You're going to eat your vegetables. It's going to be delicious. Can you imagine the time when we're going to be able to say, eat your vegetables, and it won't be a surprise that they're this yummy?
Yeah. Well, I will say, so on the back of our muffin boxes, I don't know if you can see here, but we do have a breakdown. Yeah, we have a breakdown of the amount of vegetables that actually go into, there you go, one of our muffins. And every time I'm one-on-one with a consumer and I show them that those veggies are actually proportionate to the muffin in the picture right there. Yeah. And so you can see it's nearly a third vegetables. Every time I show that to a consumer, their immediate reaction is like, wow, there's that many vegetables in that double chocolate muffin? So I think slowly but surely we might be getting there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have a double chocolate muffin after this show.
I'll send you one of these.
Don't you tease me, Christine.
I have a crazy question for you. It was Canadian Thanksgiving this week, and I actually borrowed an idea that I got from you all, and I made a dressing, a stuffing. I I added way more vegetables than I normally do because you inspired me to do so. We talked a little bit about Halloween. Can you talk about Thanksgiving that's coming up, American Thanksgiving, and how these are a great way to get veggies on the table for people?
Yeah. So we have a variety of products that would probably work at your Thanksgiving dinner. So Superfood Veggie Cakes would certainly work at a Thanksgiving dinner. As I mentioned, it's a blend of 7 different vegetables. It's allergy friendly. There's no gluten, dairy, soy, or nut in there. So if there's anyone around the table who has allergies, it's very allergy friendly. That item would work really well as a solid vegetable dish to serve at your Thanksgiving dinner. We also have a really appropriate veggie cake for Thanksgiving. It's our butternut squash veggie cake. It has such a clean ingredient statement. It's basically just a little bit of egg whites and then a bunch of butternut squash. But it's really delicious. It comes just like the veggie cake does. It's 2 ounces. It's individually wrapped, so you can put a bunch of them on a baking sheet and put them in your oven to serve as a side dish. It's definitely a fall favorite, and it's very appropriate to have at your Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay, I'm not trying to show off or impress you or anything, but I'm going to share a couple of things because when I get excited, and you'll tell, I can gush. Okay, so one of the things is in the superfood. I like to wrap them in lettuce, and I put a really I'm going to call it zesty. I'm not going to call it a sriracha mayonnaise because I use a gochujang instead of the sriracha, but I use like a spicy Asian paste in with some mayonnaise, and I wrap the whole thing in a lettuce leaf, and it's really satisfying and cool and delicious, and it's a great lunch or a great afternoon snack. But the other thing is, I'm a mom, and I've got an 11-year-old who plays fall ball, little league baseball, and the thing it sort of sounds obvious, but these are the absolutely perfect slider size on a bun for the kids on the team. I have to say, between games in a doubleheader, these are perfect.
So we see a lot of people, you'll see them put them on a bagel in the morning with their favorite breakfast meat. So like a superfood veggie cake, bacon on a bagel with cheese. You'll see a lot of times, like you said, people will put them in lettuce wraps or a pita. You'll see a lot of times they'll use them as a salad topper. So they're really versatile.
Anyway, I'm thrilled that we had some time together today. And I want to just give you the chance. Let's tell everybody, we mentioned dropping here and there where these can be found, but people need to know that these can get delivered to your house.
They can.
Groceries. So tell everybody how we're going to get these in everyone's hands. How does that happen right now?
So you can find our muffins, veggie cakes, and frittatas in retailers nationwide. They're usually in like the natural breakfast store of the freezer aisle, and they can be found in Costco, Walmart, Target, Publix. We have a store locator on our website. If you go to veggiesmadegreat.com/where to buy and plug in your zip code, they're likely at a store near you. And then we also have an online store. So you can buy these online and have them shipped directly to your door. And that website is thehealthfoodstore.com.
I love that.
Yeah.
Veggiesmadegreat.com and thehealthfoodstore.com.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for making time to be with us today and kicking off our fall season. This is the first show of the fall season. I can't think of a better way to switch into the season than with some really fresh ideas about how we're going to switch things up in the way not only that we think about food, but how we actually engage with and live with the beautiful food and flavors of the season, including those butternut squash. Tell everybody again about those, because those are a favorite of mine.
The butternut squash veggie cakes, there are newer veggie cakes. You can buy them online, like I said, at thehealthfoodstore.com or at select retailers. So you can go to our website and plug in your zip code to see if they're at a store near you.
That is awesome.
I love it.
We love this. Christine, thank you so much for taking the time and putting on your most beautiful RGB dress and collar. And
I'm so hot. It's a combination of like nerves and being in the kitchen.
well, you are amazing, and your product is amazing, and we appreciate you taking the time with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Come
All
back
right, whatever
and
you
visit us.
said. Whatever she said. Do we love Christine? Amazing, right?
I love her. I want her to come back and hang out with us. I actually want to go to her kitchen and play and cook.
All right, now you're getting crazy. You're getting carried away. All right, my love. Au revoir.
Hey, listen, we've got a great season